Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. As ever, you can find me over on Instagram at the House of Langford and at Overall Sews. I'm also on Ravelry at madxstitcher, and it is now the 19th of June. This should have come last month, so it's the nearest Crochet Society subscription box. So let's get it open, shall we? Cue lots of rustling. Okay, so this month's box is pink and purple. I love it. I love the box. It's so pretty. It's like this little marble effect, I guess. The rose gold hearts are so shiny. There's quite a few bits in here. So let's get it open, shall we? I do still love the fact that they are all Velcro, so they stay together nicely. So we have make today amazing. Every day should be amazing. You'll notice I've changed the setup, which means I actually have a sofa here, so I can put the box down and not have to worry about holding it anymore. So we've got pink tissue paper this time. So let's get that open. Oh, we've got another wow. That is a big cake. Delightful Cake DK. There's loads of colours in that one, so it's not quite showing up, but these are more like pinky to purple. So after the grey, it goes a very pale pink into a very like lilac-y heather, and then colour, and then a heather colour. So it's pink and then purple. Got that lovely turquoise in the middle as well. That's going to be interesting to work with. It's been a while since I've worked with a cake, with a yarn cake. This is called Sherbet. So yes, Bella Coco. It is Delightful Cake DK. So let's see what else we've got, shall we? There's a little tiny drawstring bag in here. And it says Bella Coco Magnetic Crochet Buddy. What is that? Let's have a look. So it's a nice sturdy canvas bag. We've got a couple of little packets. Oh, I think I know what it is. So we use these in sewing as well. It's a heart shape. It's like a mirror, but I think this is the magnet, and it's got like a slap-on wrist band with the measurements on. You can see my setup now on my camera. That's quite interesting. That's useful as well. Let's see if I can put it back into a circle. There we go. So I'm assuming that's the magnet, and these might be pin. So those are darning needles. I can see those through the packet. What are these? Oh, they're little stitch markers. So these are the little light bulb stitch markers. It's quite helpful that it's sunny. I can see through the packets. So what colour are they? Oh, they're purple. I'm going to drop everything now. You can see? Purple. Purple little bell stitch markers. Let's hold one up for you. There we go. So they're going to come in handy. They're always good for larger projects where you need to count and make sure that you know where you're going and where you're at. So let's put those back in there for safekeeping. Don't know how many there are. I didn't actually count. But I can see through this one there are 2 large darning needles in there, so I'm not going to get those out because I'll end up losing them. So let's pop those back in the bag. So the idea with this is that you put it on your wrist. So let's pop it on my wrist. Now I've got magnets anyway. I wear a magnetic heme type bracelet, and my Fitbit watch is actually a magnetic strap as well. So I don't necessarily need one of these, but if I'm going to be sewing, for example, this would be really handy to hold my pins. So there we go. So it should fit all wrist sizes. And the idea is that you can pop your pins or your stitch markers onto there when you're working so that you don't drop them. I mean, I'm forever losing them down the side of the sofa or on the floor. So yeah, I think that's really, really useful little gadget there. So that's the magnetic crochet buddy, which could also be used for sewing as well, especially as it's got the measurement gauge on it too. So that'd be really helpful both in sewing and crochet knitting as well. So we have, as always, we've got our crochet hook. This one is a 4mm, and this is in blues and pinks with the, oh, it's got little hearts as well. There's a little heart just there. And there's one there as well. So it's pink at each end and then blue in the centre with a couple of hearts thrown about in there. And then, oh, there's a stitch marker too. So what's this one? It's a little strawberry milkshake. Like an American diner style strawberry milkshake. That's really sweet. So let's have a look at the book for this month. So I like the fact that they're no longer giving you clues on the book, because it's just the box and all the items that are in the box. And as always now, on the back we have the conversion chart. So let's have a look and see what is in store for this month. So it says, I hope you're hungry for this month's box of crochet goodies. We're so ready to meet up for an ice cream, a milkshake and a slice of cake. And of course we're taking our crochet with us. So excited to see the contents of this scrummy crochet society box, and I hope you have a sweet tooth. I do love sweets, so I'm really interested to see what projects are in this month's box. So we have, oh, there's a beautiful shawl in here, and it really shows off the colours of the whirl cake as well. Milkshake mandala, braided headband, and syrup waffle shawl. So those are the 3 projects for this month. So let's have a look at them a bit closer in detail. We have a tea and chat with Zoe Potrak. I've seen Zoe before on Instagram, so I'm always interested to see what she comes up with next. So the first pattern in here is the braided band. It's like a headband. This is by Sue Strange, who is Rosedale Studio Design on Instagram. So that's Sue's contribution for this month. I've seen this stitch so many places this month. It'd be nice to actually give it a go because I haven't tried it yet. So there's that one. Then we've got our page which shows us everything in the box, and you can see the magnet in use here as well. So that's everything we've had this month. And then as always we get an alternative to the yarn that's in the box. So these are whirls, which means there are quite a few on the market now. I actually buy a lot of mine from, or I have a lot of mine from Lolly's Little Wool Shack, which are effectively like very similar to the Mandala cakes that you can get from Lion Brand, but the ones that we get are from Turkey. The only issue is sometimes the colours aren't in the correct order, but that doesn't really bother me. So yes, we have, I didn't know Rico did one. So the first one up here is Rico. So they have Rico Wool Degrade, which is 70% acrylic and 30% wool. It looks quite thin though, kind of like the Shepier's whirls. You've got King Cole Curiosity. Now I have seen these before, so I have seen those in stores. In the middle are the Lion Brand cakes that I mentioned, that Lollies are very similar to. So I recently made a blanket that had these colours in the form of a cake. We have Serdar Snuggly Patter Cake. I have seen those before as well. Again, you've got the Shepier's Shepier's whirl in the middle. I'm currently making a between the lines shawl with 2 of those. It is enormous. And then you have the Bernat Softy Baby strap at the top. I think there are a couple more, but obviously these just give you a few options to choose from. So we have, next up is the Milkshake Mandala by Kate Heppel, or Heppel. I really like the patterning on this. It's kind of like lacy. And it's got this really nice scallop border. So that's going to be really interesting to work up and see the colours change. And I think actually because I've got quite a lot of the yarn cakes, I could probably make that up in any of them and still enjoy the patterning. Oh, there's even like a written chart for this. So sometimes you can get pictograph charts where each stitch is represented by a symbol. And this one shows them all as a circle, which I think is really cool. It's not often you see the charts, the diagrams. And actually I quite like working from both chart form and written form. It's just nice to see the difference between the two and how they're laid out. So next up is a page which says Crochet for Charity. So we have the octopuses for or octopi for preemies. So the tentacles are meant to mimic the I think they're meant to mimic the umbilical cord when the baby's in the womb. So you can make those for preemie babies. Knitted knockers for those that have had mastectomies or lumpectomies, and therefore ladies or even men with breast cancer who might need an extra boob. And then at the bottom we've got P-hop for MSF, pennies per hour for pleasure. So I'm going to have to read up on that one. I've not heard of that one before. So there's 3 charities there to work for in terms of making up crochet pieces. And there's another 3 here as well. So we have Sans memory boxes, Knit a Square and Twiddle muffs, as well as Knit for Nout. So they're all different charities, whether they're knitting or crochet based. They're all mainly just yarn based, which I think is really lovely to get involved with. And the last one in here is the Shawl, which is by Zoe Potrak, or Potrak. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But this shows off the whirl to its best, I guess. It shows you all the colours. I'm assuming you start in the centre and then work your way out. So it's really nice to see the graduation of colour build up with these whirl cakes. So this is different. There's a page that says fresh and fruity. I think it's kind of like spring/summer inspiration. So we've got some fruity clothing in there as well to help style out the next few months. And we have our page of makes that other people have done from the previous boxes. So there's a few bags here from, I think it's box 22. We have the owl in here as well from 22. There is the cloud, which I think was 21. And then there's a little bear as well. I can't remember what box he's from. So it's really nice to see all the different pieces that people make from the boxes. And then, as always, we get an example or a picture of the next box, which is this really nice palm leaf. Very tropical box. Not book, box. Very tropical box. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's going on with that one. So we have our booklet with our 3 patterns and a bit of inspiration. We have massive cake whirl. How many grams is this? 150 grams, so that's 480 meters of yarn. It's kind of like twisted, so as opposed to applied yarn, it just looks twisted, like the fibres have just been twisted very loosely together. So it'd be interesting to work that one out. What is this made of? Oh, it's just 100% acrylic. It's quite soft though. That's going to be really nice to work with. It is a chunky cake. It's a very chunky cake. We have our magnetic holder, we have our hook, and we have our progress keeper with our little milkshake. That's this month's box. So let's pop it all back into the box. And that, what box we're on? This is box 24? I can't remember, it might be 25. I'll have to double check. Anyway, that is the latest box. So this should have been out with us from the end of May. There was a small delay on it, but I don't think that matters. So they are now arriving with people. But I think the next one's actually due to ship in a week's time. So I might have a second one to film in not very much time at all. So I'm going to have another look through the booklet and see if there's anything I want to get making straight away. But thank you for joining me with this little unboxing. As always, I'll put all the details down below if you'd like to get your hands on your own. And each month, if there are any extras left over after the subscription boxes have been sent out, then they do put extra ones into the online shop. So it's always worth having a look there too. But as before, I'm not endorsed or paid to promote or anything for these boxes. I just subscribe, and I thought I would share my reactions to opening the boxes with you guys. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and I'll see you all again very soon. Thanks. Bye.